just like that.
I can't say enough about Durston.
I ended up switching out a lot of my gear just for lighter weight.
My favorite piece, I sleep like a baby in this thing.
It fills up my sleeping pad pretty quick.
My trail name is Crazy Sticks.
Ultra, Tidy,
Commando,
Toot,
Home Alone,
Oleg, Milkman. I drink a lot of milk, man.
the big Agnes Tiger Wall. It's a fantastic tent, and I got it because it's 2-person, so it's enough space, but really lightweight as well.
I have the Gossamer Gear, the one tent. I've had it for 4 years now. I've had to patch a few holes, but I stay pretty dry. I like it because it's a 1-person tent, 19 ounces without the stakes. It was inexpensive. Plenty of room in there for myself and my stuff.
Just an REI tent. I got it off the REI yard sale. Money was a big factor for it. Having a vestibule is really nice when it's raining.
The Durston Gear X-Mid 1-person tents. It's 28 ounces, it's a pretty lightweight tent, not very expensive. It goes up like in maybe 10 minutes.
We are sitting in the Z-Packs Duplex. They're a little bit heavier, but I like to be able to lay everything out.
the Fly Creek by Big Agnes. It's a 2-man. This is my second tent. My first one, I had to retire it. It was a Big Agnes too.
The Durston X-Mid 1, super reliable, super easy to set up. Once you get the hang of it, you can leave the inner attached and the outer fly if it's raining.
The Durston X-Mid Pro 2, I like it because it's super spacious, it's super lightweight. Condensation hasn't really been a big issue for me either.
The Durston X-Mid 2 Pro. The internet told me that this was the best tent on the market, and she was expensive. It's very, very light. I like the setup of it, and it's super roomy.
Big Agnes, ultralight Tiger Wall, 2-person. That's my first tent ever. It's pretty light.
This is the ULA Ohm. It has an internal frame, really supportive, but it's also only 1.5 pounds. And they have load lifters as well.
Just a mountain hardware pack from REI. It's worked from Damascus to here, so I have no complaints about it.
This is the ULA circuit. It compresses really well, but it also is a surprising large capacity. I can have a lot of things to grab easily on the outside.
I have the Hyperlight Unbound 55. I have the black one because the white ones turn brown. I love the size of the interior, the pockets. Don't love the hip belt.
The pack is the Durston Kakwa 55. It's really minimal. The pack itself is 2 pounds. I can't say enough about Durston. If you're getting into the backpacking game, start with their tent, start with their pack.
The pack I'm using is the Waymark Evolve. It's a 38-liter pack. It's been pretty durable.
I started with the Z-Packs Arcall 60-liter. Unfortunately, I didn't really carry the weight too well, and one of the stays actually broke out of it. So I swapped to my brother's old pack. This is basically a divvy bag. It's an Osprey.
I'm running the Gossamer Gear Mariposa. It's rated for 30 to 35 pounds. Very comfortable weight, very manageable weight. I will be buying another one.
I have an Osprey 65-liter pack. This has been the best pack because the bracing really helps the weight sit well. Very comfortable, pretty durable.
I started with the REI, just 60-liter, but I didn't do any research. My pack, ULA circuit, I picked up around 30 miles in because my ankles were already hurting by then.
So this is the Enlightened Equipment Revelation. I started actually with a Katabatic Alsec 22 degree, way too warm in the summer. I just wanted a little more comfort and breathability. So this is a 40 degree. It is sometimes still a little bit warm.
I've got an REI Magma or something like that, 15-degree bag. A lot of people in the summer will switch, but I was too lazy to do that. I've been carrying this the entire trail.
Just an REI 20 bag. When you're starting off and ending the trail, it's really important to bring a warm sleeping bag.
I have the Enlightened Equipment Revelation. It's a 20-degree quilt, but I used it all year, and if it's too hot, I just flip it off, and I haven't been cold yet.
I started out with my Marmot Hydrogen 30-degree bag. Good bag, kept me warm. And then as the temperatures warmed up, I went to a 50-degree quill.
The Enlightened equipment, it's a quilt. It's the Enigma. It's the one that has the closed foot box, so 20-degree bag. I haven't gotten cold in it.
The sleeping bag I use is an Enlightened Equipment Revelation. It is a 20-degree bag, and I did want it to unzip like a blankie.
I am using the ZenBivy sleep system. It has a diaper, goes on the sleeping pad itself, keep me from sticking to my pad, and it's light.
I sleep in a hammock, a 1 Tigris synthetic 20-degree underquilt, and then my top quilt, Enlightened Equipment, 20-degree bag with the closable foot box. Get the foot box. You have warm nights.
I have the Nemo Forte Women's 20-degree sleeping bag, and I haven't had any issues with it. Nice and comfortable. It's kept me pretty warm.
This is the Thermarest Neo Air X Lite. It's inflatable, really, really light, but it is loud. It popped the other day.
This is just a foam Z-pad. I've had that thing for years. It's light. It's versatile. I don't need to worry about popping a hole in this.
I actually started with inflatable Thermarest and it got a very slow air leak. Somebody found this foam pad for me and it's super, super quick to set up. Not the most comfortable thing. You really do need to find like a good tent site in order for it to be comfortable.
The Neo Air Light Thermarest. Inflatable, it's light, the insulation value is good on it. It's pretty comfortable.
This is my third sleeping pad, so I kind of got tired of buying high-end pads and I just bought one on Amazon for 80 bucks. Gear Doctor. It's a little heavy and noisy.
This is the Nemo Tensor. I just got it, and that was to replace my other sleeping pad. It's easier to pack into the pack, but I did like the Sea to Summit Ether Light. It was the tall and the wide. I had plenty of room. The weight is there though.
My sleeping pad is the Nemo Tensor, patched holes in it already from previous trips, and still holding up great, still holds air, no leaky valves. It's a square sleeping pad, so I don't feel like I'm falling off of it.
I'm using the Nemo Tensor. I started with Big Agnes Rapide SL, the wide pad, and that was super nice. Laying on my back, I could have my arms to my side, where with this one, they're kind of like off.
I run the Hammock Mantis, 2 pounds, 6 ounces, total with the hammock, rain, fly and all. I sleep like a baby in this thing.
Okay, so I have the Thermarest Neo Air XLT, and it's comfortable, it's fairly lightweight. It is one of the more quiet pads.
My inflatable Sea to Summit pillow, and then this bottle of nail polish.
I have 4 fingernail polishes. I have white, blue, sparkles, and then a top coat.
I carry a hairbrush, camp shoes. This is a 6 Moon Design ultralight umbrella. I got this at trail days because of rain, but it turns out with my pale complexion, it is also a lifesaver when it's really, really hot and you're exposed.
This is my kangaroo. I've been carrying it since I was 8. I've carried this stuffed animal as good luck, and I've had good luck ever since.
So this photo is my dad and his dog, Tate. So my dad was attempting a through hike, and unfortunately he passed away from cancer. So I kind of vowed that I was gonna do the trail one day, and today is one day.
Earbuds and large battery.
We're not really strangers. It was a fun game to kind of like pass time and get to know each other a little better. What do you think my superpower is?
I've got the Nemo Pillow. I really care about my sleep.
I didn't carry the pan the entire way. I just ordered some stuff to Monson, to Shaw's Hiker Hostel. 100 Mile Wilderness is great. Lakes everywhere. I'm a big fishing guy, and I got a fishing pole, caught a big trout, fried the trout up.
I carry the FlexTail 0 pump so that I don't have to blow up my sleeping pad with my mouth because I'm lazy. And it fills up my sleeping pad pretty quick.
My headphones, Bose earbuds, wireless. Another good one that I love was my mosquito net. Yeah, because down in the south with all the mosquitoes. I just bought this on Amazon. Yeah, just like that. I'll walk in this all day.
I use my cell phone for communication most of the time. I also have a Garmin InReach right here. A lot of hikers out here use an app called Far Out. It's kind of like idiot-proof for the most part. It gives you water sources, it gives you camping sites.
Far Out, everyone's using Far Out. If you're not using Far Out, then, I mean, you're just doing it worse. I've got a Garmin InReach.
So I have paper, the AWOL guidebook, and I also have Far Out, my cell phone, and then I also have the Garmin InReach Mini 2. So I can do messaging when there's no cell service. And people at home can track me and my whereabouts.
I use Far Out, an awesome app. Communication, I use my phone. Again, a lot of times when we don't have service, I actually have a little GPS Garmin.
Far Out, the cell service is so good out here. You could be in contact with somebody through your cell phone at some point in the day. Most people are using the Garmin, but the Zoleo gets the job done.
My base weight when I started, which included all my winter gear, was 15 pounds. With a 3.5 day food carry with 1 liter of water, I think the highest I've ever been is 25.
I ended up switching out a lot of my gear just for lighter weight stuff. I was really trying to aim for a base weight of about 17 pounds or under.
My base weight is somewhere around 18 pounds, loaded with 3 days of food, between 26 to 29-ish.
With all my winter gear right now, I think I'm 22 to 25 pounds base weight, 35.
I don't know the ounces, I'm not an ultralight person.
My base is like 22 pounds, 34, 35 pounds, like maxed out. They say you get lighter as you go, but I mean, you just start carrying random stuff.
I wasn't too much of a gear nut.
Of a gear nut?
Yeah. So I'm like, whatever works for me, about 30 miles in. I stripped a good bit. I think I started with like 37 pounds and I ended up cutting back to about 25. Maybe 27 around there.